What's going on, guys? FadeitLuie here, bringing guys a brand new video. We're gonna be doing a mid-fade on my boy, so stay tuned. Once we were done saturating the hair and combing everything in place, we grabbed our Gold FX and created our first guideline. You always want to make sure you contour this guideline to the client's head shape. This is so that the fade could flow better, and also it's more unique to their head. Don't be afraid to use your opposite hands to stretch the skin to give you more space to either bald out or blend. We're going to use some shave stick so it lowers the likelihood of him bumping up. Now that we're done applying shave stick, we can then move on to our foil shavers and flick out as much as possible. You always want to stay around a centimeter away from your first guideline so it'll make it easier to blend. Now that we're done balding them out, we could then move on to our no guard all the way open and create our second guideline. You want to make this guideline around an inch thick so you can spread the blend. Now that we're done setting in that guideline, we could then slightly close the lever midway and all the way closed and attack that initial guideline. Now that we're done erasing our initial guideline, we can move on to our one guard all the way open and create our third guideline. Remember, we're going to use this same guard and its lever to soften up this line and get ready for the half guard. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, if you guys want to show some extra support, go ahead and leave a follow down below on Instagram. Also, if you want to show some extra support, you can go ahead and leave a super thanks down below. Now that we're done softening up the line with our one guard and its lever, we can then move on to our half guard and try to erase the line completely. Now that we're done with the lower guards, we can move on to our two guard all the way open and create our fourth guideline. We're also going to use this same guard and its lever to soften up this line and get ready for the 1.5 guard. Here I'm using a 3 guard just to debulk the parietal ridge. Now that we're done softening up the line with the 2 guard, we're moving on to our 1.5 guard, and we're going to attempt to erase this line completely. Sometimes there's still a faint line after using your 1.5 guard, so switching over to your 1 guard all the way open and using his corners would definitely help. Now that we're done with the back and sides, we can move on to our no guard all the way open and begin to blend the sideburns. Now I'm using my one guard all the way open to help us blend into the beard. especially going with the grain is going to help. Now that we're done blending the sideburns, we're going to use our Goat FX to make the beard as crispy as possible. We're going to start off at the bottom right side. When lining up the mustache, you want to be as gentle as possible because you could bite them with the teeth of the trimmer. Before we start lining him up, we're going to make sure that we comb all the baby hairs down and make sure everything's nice and even. Now that we're done combing out all the baby hairs, we can move on to our Goat FX and start off at the middle, working our way to the sides. You also want to go as slow as possible and make sure that the hair feeds into the teeth of the trimmer, because if not, then the hair is going to shift and then you won't line them up properly. Moving on to the other side, we're going to try to stay as consistent as possible and go slow enough that we go and make sure that everything's nice and neat. Now that we're done with the front line, we're going to go ahead and move on to the top. Now that everything is laid down and neat, we can move on to our shear work and create our first guideline and can stay consistent as possible with this guideline throughout the canvas of the head. Some cuts you're going to make with your shears need to be diagonal or at a certain shape and curved texture, so make sure you are paying attention to that. You always want to match the curvature of their head, especially when you're using your shears. As you can see here, we're going to use our shear work to make sure the overhang blends into the side of the hair perfectly. Now that we're done using our shears, we're going to move on to our Turkish razor and Durban Premium blades and make them as crispy as possible. But before we use our razor, we're going to apply some shave Zelle so our razor could glide better. Now that we're done using shave gel, we can then apply our hot towel. I hope you guys are enjoying the video. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. It's greatly appreciated. Also, if you guys want to show some extra support, go ahead and leave a follow down below on Instagram. Also, if you want to show some extra support, you can go ahead and leave a super thanks down below. When using your razor, you always want to stretch the skin as much as possible with your opposite hand, and most likely keep it at a 45-degree angle when you're using your razor.